Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast inside of East Yorkshire, and today we have a 1v1 on Meeting of the Minds. Over in the Dark Eldar corner we have DeadH, and over in the Space Marine corner we have got Lego Ninjago. So, one thing before the game starts and it gets underway, notice how, when I zoom out properly, blooming clouds, how cool is that? Big thank you to, I do believe his name is Alex UK, apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. He mentioned that over in the Discord, how to get rid of the clouds. So he's a YouTuber who does casts and stuff. So I'm gonna leave a little linky doodad to his channel in the description. Give him a watch, give him a like, because he's a proper good dude. Okay, so on with the game. Dark Eldar has got a Dark Foundry up in the midst, and he's got two Mandrake squads coming out to play. Space Marine player is not capturing his nearest and dearest, is going straight for these two further away strategic points. So I've noticed when playing and watching a lot of games recently, I've noticed that capturing your nearest and dearest initially is not a thing that most people normally do. There's probably reasons for that, I'm not sure why, but I think that because these are very good players that we are watching here, if they do it, you may as well do it yourself. So we've got a Hellion squad out, well, it's on the way to coming out, so we're going to probably see some harassment and bits and bobs. Listing post going on this outside strategic points. We've got a tactical Marine squad out for the Space Marine player. No Force Commander as of yet. Got one plasma generator down and another plasma generator down. We've also got a homunculus laboratory coming out. Those all-important Dark Eldar upgrades. Not seeing any of the main barracks for the Dark Eldar, implying that he's going to be focusing on doing a lot of harassment at the beginning of the game. And here we go, Hellion squad coming out, seeing what they can sniff out and capture or disrupt. We have Tactical Marines ready and waiting to meet them. Hellions are just going to completely ignore them and go around them. One disadvantage for the Space Marine player at the moment is that the Dark Eldar are a lot more manoeuvrable, especially in the early game. So they'll be, well, I mean, it'll just be a lot more difficult for the Space Marine player to deal with the Hellions. I mean, the Hellions are going to go over here, smack over this listening post. Space Marines are going to come way over here. By the time they come over here, they've done a fairly decent amount of damage. Oh, we've got Force Commander coming out, 90%. Should be able to send these Hellions far away. Had a good stab at the Servitor. Nearly killed him. They might be able to kill him before he runs away, but never mind. The Hellions are going to think, nah mate, Force Commander's out, won't bother with him. Going to come out here and see what else we can bother. We do have two scout squads over here. Mandrake is going to come over here, probably try and distract this Scout Marine squad from taking over this critical location. These Scout Marines are going to do a drive-by, shooting as they run past. Hellions want none of that, however, they're not going to bother. Although they will see another Scout Marine squad coming over here. Going to fire at them with their little splintery rifles and whatnot. Well, not rifles, but you know, their little guns on the what would you call them? Like floaty skateboards? There's probably a proper name for them. Anyone who's massively into their lore would probably know. We've got some big shooty bits on these listening posts. Tactical Marines not being reinforced as of yet. Force Commander coming out for a peek and seeing what he can see. Scouts just kind of staring at this critical location, looking hungrily at it, what's going on the bases. We've got some Reaver jet bikes coming out, and we've got Planetary Raid add-ons, so tier 2 going for the Dark Eldar player. We've got a second plasma generator coming down as well. These Hellions are going to be stabbing these Scout Marines, trying to kill them before they're able to take the relic. One Scout Marine looks like he's about to go down. A Hellion goes down, but is quickly replenished. These Marines, 4 in a pack. I don't know where the 4th one is. Oh, it's just 2. Kind of just stood inside of each other. No respect for social distancing. No respect for personal space, these Marines. And the chapel barracks, as I assume there is very close quarters wrestling and all that stuff going on. So they're probably quite comfortable being near each other. These Scout Marines are going to carry on capturing this relic. One singular Hellion, causing all sorts of nonsense for these Scout Marines. Force Commander taking pot shots, which is going to send the Hellion far away. No side manoeuvres going around at the moment. Space Marines just chilling out in the middle, well, near their listening post. Got 2 Mandrakes. Is that 2 Mandrakes? Yeah, 2 Mandrakes. 4 apiece, well, 4 apiece with once this reinforcement finishes. 3 Reaver jet bikes ready, willing, and Vince Cable. We're going to see what they can do with these. I mean, bearing in mind that these listening posts, while they are quite good against mandrakes, I mean, 2 mandrakes would not be able to take on a full listening post. With the addition of 3 Reavers, they will be able to quickly chunk through. Not sure what was being built there. I think it was like a slave chamber or something like that. Torture pit, whatever you call them. Listening post is going down very, very quickly. Even if the Space Marines do come running down, they won't be able to stop the death of this listening post, and they will then be outflanked. So these Reaver jet bikes are just going to absolutely smash their way through the strategic point before moving into the soft underbelly of the Space Marine headquarters. We do have a machine cult coming down, so expect some counter to these Reaver jet bikes. Reavers are just going to move in, see what they can. They do a little bit of preliminary scouting. We now have 2 listening posts shooting away at these Reaver jet bikes. The health going very fast for them. They're not the most durable of things, although they do manage to kill 1 servitor, 2 servitors. Squad of Scout Marines here probably not going to fare well against this singular Reaver jet bike. We do have a second listening post going down, and it's been decapped by these mandrakes. Reaver's now going to scroll back this way and then try and take care of this listening post. We do have a, what are they called? A Hellfire dreadnought coming down, going to be firing away at anything within range. We're focusing down on this Reaver jet bike, and look at that, 1 singular rocket launcher is able to do a fair bit of damage to them. We do have some mandrakes engaging close combat. This Space Marine squad now with 7 boys and a sergeant in the mix, going to help with their close combat fire punching nonsense. We do also have a listening post helping with the splattering of these boys. This listening post does not look long for this world. Will they be able to stop them before they take it down? It does not look like it. So, the economy of the Space Marine player is kind of dire at the moment, especially with 5 Reavers mooching about. Let's have a look and compare. So we've got 104, 30 for the Dark Eldar player. We have 60, 50 for the Space Marine player. So, not a, what would you call it? Not an insurmountable economy difference. I mean, the Space Marine player will probably be focusing a lot more on these Hellfire dreadnoughts anyway. So you don't need, I think, yeah, there we go, 100 to 250. So you don't need that much in the way of blue money to buy them. But I imagine, there we go, Hall of Blood coming down, and we do have a Scourge squad coming out. So the Eldar, well, the Dark Eldar player is foreseeing an increase in vehicles from the Space Marine player's end, so they will be thinking of a vehicle counter. Space Marines just kind of hemmed in this little corner over here. They do not want to push out too much. If they push out too far, the base is left a little bit vulnerable. Oh dear, that was a cracking good shot. Backflipping the Dark Eldar off their little floaty, whatever you call them, floaty skateboards. Hellion are going to lose a model. They will not be able to take this relic completely with a Hellfire dreadnought looking about it, and they do manage to knock him down mid-flight. Another Hellfire dreadnought is going to sandwich this Hellion squad. Too many Hells, I have to say. Too many Hell squads here. We've got the Scourge just jumping in. They are equipped with 2 Dark Lances at the moment. Not going to carve away through the Hellfire dreadnought super quick, but a lot quicker than the regular Splinter rifles or the stabby bits of the Mandrakes. Reavers are going to move in, preventing the Space Marines from pushing up any further. No weapon upgrades for the Space Marines at the moment. We do have an armory coming down. These Reavers are going to go down very quickly, along with the help of the Hellfire dreadnought and the listening post. 2 Hellfire dreadnoughts over here are going to scare away the rest of these boys. Yeah, I thought as much. The 1 Scourge unit is not going to take them down very quickly, especially when they've only got 2 Dark Lances available. This tortured slave, bless him, not having a great time, is going to huddle away. Big engagement going on in the middle. We've got triple Hellfire dreadnoughts. Space Marine trying to recap this strategic point over here. Mandrakes not being able to do all that much, but they are going to distract these Hellfires while now 2 Scourge squads are going to focus on this listening post over here, and they are going to cut down fairly quickly on this listening post. Over the edge, Hellfire dreadnoughts are going to fire at them, and even with the Scourges jumping away, the rockets do managed to follow this lonely Scourge boy over here, not fancying going with his boys. Too cool for school, just going to stay at home. We do have Space Marines now engaging. We do have an extra Scout Squad, an extra Space Marine Squad over here. 2 Servitors have just finished the armory. There's going to be a Plasma Pistol upgrade going down. Hellfire Dreadnoughts preventing the quick retreat of these Mandrakes. Going to cut their pathing just a little bit. 2 more Hellfires over here. Going to keep these Mandrakes, not Mandrakes, sorry, these Scourges at bay. Listening post being rebuilt. We do have a critical location captured by Dark Eldar. Ah, there we go. 3 minutes till taken hold victory. We've got a second critical location and a third. So the Space Marine player does need to capture at least 2 in the next 3 minutes to prevent a critical location victory. Space Marines forming a line. Archon now out on the playing field. He has got his 2, what they call them, as Incubus boys on the field. Going to try and do their best to tie up these Space Marines. Space Marines are going to run back. Hellfire Dreadnought's going to move back as well in support. These Mandrakes are, while they're not going down very quickly and they're not causing all that much in the way of damage, they are at least tying up the Space Marines. Space Marines now got 2 heavy bolters and 2 heavy bolters, so 4 heavy bolters in total. So they want to keep out of close range combat for the time being. These Scourge squads are heavy infantry. And, oh bless them, that guy getting shot out of mid-air. Lots of souls around this area. Have we got a good soul farm going on here? Yes, we've got 3 tortured slaves capturing as much soulage as possible. We've got a witch cult arena, ready, willing and able. We do have a jet Revet jet bike coming in. And that boy is just going to move in and see what he can see. A little bit of scouting goes a long way. And more scout squads coming out. Space Marines moving, capturing the middle. They are getting slowly but surely that critical mass of Marines. One thing that I've really liked from this Eldar player so far is that he has managed to pull apart the Space Marine defense. He's not focused on just one singular area. He's gone for bottom, top, middle, whatever you like, and he is going to shoot down these scout squads, preventing them from capturing this critical location. Critical location in the middle has gone down. They've got just over a minute to decap another critical location. We do have some heavy bolter turrets going down for the Space Marine player as well to prevent any more shenanigans while the Space Marines are moving about. 1 minute till taking hold victory. They are going to probably state their case, trying to capture this top one. 2 Scourges are going to attempt to defend. We do have a couple of Mandrakes over here, watching from a distance. These guys are just going to completely ignore these Scourges, as is probably the best thing to do. They have thrown a frag grenade over yonder. Killing a fair few, mind you. These guys are not up for decent punishment, to be fair. Scouts are going to engage these guys in close combat. Hellfire Dreadnought is going to move in. 30 seconds left, and it does look like they will be able to prevent the capture, also the critical victory location for the Dark Eldar player. Scourges, they know when they're beat, they're just going to move away, and then smack bang into the middle of double heavy bolter turrets, so they are going to be dead pretty quickly if they stay there. We do have a thingy. It looks like to me it's, I have no idea what that ability is. Is it a Ren Soul possibility or a Scream of the Damned? I'm not entirely sure. Did do some things there. I would spend more time looking at my book about the abilities, but there is a little bit of action going on. I don't want to miss anything. So yeah, so they've decapped, not bothering capping it. They're just more concentrating on holding the middle is the Space Marine player. Now we've got some Warp Beasts coming out. Let's have a look at the bases. We do have Witch Cult Squad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's compare and contrast the economy. 119 to 50 compared to the 119 and 50. Oh, there we go. Even Stevens. So the Warp Beasts are going to try and tie up these Space Marines. Hellfire Dreadnought going to throw down as much as they can. We do have a... Oh, that was the Witch Cult ability. It was the... Combat Jugs. There we go. Combat Jugs. Increasing their speed and making them immune to morale and increase their attack speed as well. Warp Beasts. They're just chilling, stabbing away at this Hellfire Dreadnought. Warp Beasts over here just chasing down these Space Marines, Mandrakes, and Witch succubuses doing their bits and bobs. Ravens up on the top, shooting down at these scout marines as the scourges are engaging them in close combat for reasons beyond my ken. Warp pack over here going to take down these heavy bolt turrets. We do have more bits and bobs going on over here, and that is not a pretty sight for the Space Marine infantry. Although the infantry is a bit knackered, the Hellfire dreadnoughts are holding their own. One Hellfire dreadnought is quite low on health. The Archon with 4 boys in his squad now. Got more Space Marines coming over here. They are upgrading themselves with more heavy bolters. The Warp Beasts have lost morale, so they are now going to go... They've got a special ability where if they lose morale, they end up attacking each other or other squads. They are going to focus down on this Hellfire turret, just absolutely streaming away through its health. And that will be almost, if they can keep it up, yeah, 1 Hellfire dreadnought does go down. These Warp Beasts are going to focus down on this listing post over here, but they're standing against it, going up against this Squad Marine instead. Which squad with 1 girl left will manage to survive. Her morale is down. Morale for these Warp Beasts are also down. Without their Beastmaster, unless she's already used her ability. Ah, there we go. She used her ability, which gets their morale back up, and it allows her to regain control of these Warp Beasts and move them back. So quite a tenuous battle in the middle, but the Space Marine player does hold firm. These Warp Beasts are doing a number on this listing post over here with this Witch Cult going to engage the Scout Marines who are armed with 2 sniper rifles. We do have more Hellfire dreadnoughts coming down from the Space Marine player, as well as more Scout Marines. But the listing post has gone down. Another listing post does look like it's going to go down fairly quickly. I mean, look at the speed that these Warp Beasts are able to munch their way through a listing post. Very, very impressive indeed. What's going on down here? The Space Marine player is just going to ignore the Warp Beast and take down this relic listing post over here. Going to focus down on this Tower of Loathing as well. These Space Marines are going to just chill out round the back, not going to engage too much. Obviously the Dark Eldar players focus a lot on close range combat, so if you put the Hellfire dreadnoughts around the front, they will absorb most of the close combat damage, and then these boys can just chill out around the back and do as much as they can. Which squad is going to move in round here? The base is looking very, very sensitive for the Space Marine player. Heavy bolter turret has been finished by Servitor, which will be very useful in taking care of these Warp Beasts. We've got some land speeders coming out. Light vehicle, very fast attack unit, so they will be able to, hopefully, take care of these close range combat units while keeping a good distance away from them. We do have another light speeder coming down, but the machine cult has been destroyed. Another Scout Marine squad is coming in. Space Marine army is moving in, taking out this Hall of Blood, mind you. They might have a potential being flanked by this Archon and Witch squad over here. Potential for a base race, although I'm not sure that a base race is possible if you have a land speeder slowly but surely taking care of these boys, along with a Space Marine squad, which has just narrowly by the skin of his teeth surviving the onslaught that's coming from the Witch squads and the Warp Beasts. Heavy bolter has gone down, although the listening post still has the heavy bolter. I do believe the must have been, yeah, the land speeder has gone down. They're now going to try and focus down this stronghold, and the Space Marine player is going to have to very slowly, might I add, move back a bit. Didn't bother investing in any rhinos, probably kicking himself for it now. The Space Marines are going to throw down a face down over here. We do have some corrosion going down over the stronghold. If a unit is standing in the middle of corrosion, it does increase the damage that is taken by them. Listening post peppering away at these beasts, these Warp Beasts, sorry. Space Marines now back in force. They are going to make quick work of these Witch squads. We do have more Witches and an Archon moving around the side as well. These Warp Beasts are going to move back. Servitors are now out. Probably going to repair some bits and bobs. Witch squad moving around the side, probably going to do a little bit of bashing or hope, or just standing here to be hope to be forgotten about. We replenish our numbers while the Space Marine player is a bit busy and distracted over here. Hellfire dreadnoughts are going to be munched down by these Warp Beasts, although the Space Marines, since they've got vision over here, they are able to fire through the mountain, believe it or not. Which, I mean, it's, you know, probably their bullets have been blessed by the Emperor, I assume. And now the Dark Eldar have captured the middle ground for now. But, I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3 big beefy squads of Space Marines. Now we're 3, 6, and 8, if my quick maths is correct. Well, 8 ongoing heavy bolters. So if they can keep their distance and munch their way through the health of this close range business, they should do alright. They should do alright. Anything being built over here? Not really. Oh, we do have another Hall of Blood being rebuilt. We do. Ah, there we go. We've got a Talos. And finally, we've got a Rhino transport. Sorely needed. Just popping these boys down. Thinking, nah, mate, I don't want these boys being close combat with these close combat units. I'm going to move them back. I'm going to probably pop them out. Fire at range. And then the moment something comes in close contact, they'll... There we go. Look at that. Perfect micro. Machine cult coming down here. Some land speeder tempests. Oh, that is unfortunate. Warp beasts are going to see this and just decide to throw down all sorts of nonsense over this listening post. One land... Ah, oh, I see. Ah, because if you put some boys in the air, then the warp beasts won't be able to get them. Very clever. I like it. Although the warp beasts are going to chunk through this machine cult very quickly. And the Space Marines are going to pop out and going to come out and do some bits and bobs. They've been affected by... It must be Rensol or something like that. It's the only thing I can see on my list that does a thing. But we shall see. Please do correct me in the comments. We do have some cheeky scouts being hidden in the corner. The stronghold is not long for this world. Rhino has deposited a Space Marine squad with a chaplain on the inside. Good support unit will help keep these boys alive. Morale has been broken for the Warp Beast, but then quickly re-established. Stronghold very nearly falling back. These boys have decided against taking it down. Probably going to run away. Not sure why they are standing very, very still. Must have been distracted. Look at the absolute rain of fire coming down from the Space Marines. Taking down the Archon, only leaving 1 Incubus left, and that Incubus is going to be deaded. So Dark Eldar losing a lot of boys just then. This is the 3rd machine cult coming down. 3 singular warp beasts. Let's have a look at the economy. 103 to 5-6 for the Dark Eldar, going to 107 to 4-4 for the Space Marine player. Some mines have been popped down as well. Very, very good idea. Stronghold being rebuilt by the Space Marine player. Rhino popping out. These land speeder tempests are going to just basically move in. There's nothing that the Eldar have to actually counter this at the moment. They are going to get some Mandrake infiltration out and about. But the Space Marines are going to say, nah mate, we don't want your Hall of Blood out here. Let's just take it on. And even though they've got no anti-building weapons, just a sheer amount of bullets that they can pop into the side of this structure, they're going to take it down very, very quickly. What's going on down here? Some Space Marines just chilling out here. Probably just keeping them in the base, making sure that if anyone comes around, like these Warp Beasts, they can just take them down. Another Warp Beast squad going over here. They have been upgraded with a Packmaster, and also got the Piercing Vision temporary upgrade, which lets them see the invisible infiltrated scouts. Some Warp Beasts are going to come around the side. We'll see if they can tie up and distract the Space Marine squad for a little bit. They do have a fair bit of health, so they are able to take on a lot of damage, especially when they're stuck around this heavy cover. They have lost their morale there. Beastmaster does manage to get them back on side, but for not much longer, I imagine. We do have a Dais of Destruction coming out. Yes, excellent stuff. Which will be able to take care of, or at least hold these Space Marines off for a little while, even if it is unsupported. What's going on in the base is no harassment going on. The Dark Eldar player is just focusing primarily... Oh, we've got one singular lonely Warp Beast over here. And with the Dais of Destruction has popped. He's on the way out. Going to absolutely cave his way through this Rhino transport. If he can destroy the Rhino transport, that will prevent these guys from running away as quickly as they would like. Space Marine's going to move over here and destroy... Or just take some pot shots on these plasma generators. Do you believe that now? The... one... 2, there we go. So the Dark Eldar player has also popped down some control on the critical locations, potentially going for that critical location victory. Dais of Destruction Looking very intimidating out on the field. I do believe that he does have a natural field around him. Decreases range damage by 30 to anyone near him. And while unsupported, he's going to go down relatively quickly. It will be enough to grant the Eldar player enough time. There we go, got some Ravengers. So ideal for what the Dark Eldar player needs at the moment. Space Marine does not have much in the way of anti-vehicle. Although the Ravager is kind of caved in here a little bit. He will need to jump out if he wants to leave the Eldar base. Another Tower of Loathing going down over on this listing post here. Space Marine's just going to chill out and avoid direct eye contact. Mandrakes are going to cap this relic, and a Tower of Loathing is going to be popped on it. Dice of Destruction coming out for another cheeky look. Ravager coming out. Has not been upgraded with any disintegrators as of yet, so they're primarily anti-vehicle. And are they able to fire up land speeders? I'm not sure. That went down pretty quickly. Not sure that's what the Dark Eldar player was hoping for. Some more Mandrakes are out. I do believe, have they got their infiltration upgrade yet? Not sure. No, they haven't. Chaplain is out on the field. Gonna spank this Dice of Destruction. These Space Marines are going to focus on this Tower of Loathing. More Tempests coming in. Going to more or less melt their way through these Mandrakes. Dice of Destruction not longing for this world much longer. Yeah, it does look like the Space Marine player, although the Dark Eldar did have him on the back foot for most of the game, has managed to accrue that critical mass of Space Marines. I mean, the Mandrakes over here are doing a fair number on this listening post, and if they had more, they would be able to pressure the Space Marine player in going back and defending his base, but there's just not enough pressure to dissuade this Space Marine bunch from going back. They do have a effect going on over them. I think that was a Ravengers. I'm not entirely sure. But that's fine. We're still learning, aren't we, boys and girls? That's what we're here for. Mandrake's going to slap around the Space Marines. Another Torture Slave coming out, seeing what they can repair potentially. A Ravager is coming out. Yeah, it doesn't look like much that the Dark Eldar player can do at this point. So I'm going to call it for the Space Marine player. The Space Marine player is going to win. You might not be able to see, but I can see how much time is left on this game, and yeah, Space Marine player is going to win. So anyway, thank you very much for coming. It's been a pleasure as always, never chore, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.